Jacob Wilson joins us here on A's Cast Live. It wasn't that long ago. You and I were in Sacramento watching a little football, and everybody was paying attention to football, and I kind of leaned over and said, how's it going? Lots changed since that moment.
Yes,
congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It makes it a lot easier knowing that we have, this core here and this bright future that we have ahead of us with this team. And, it feels great to be able to be a part of it and knowing that I get to, be the team that's part of the transition and being able to, say that I get to play with my teammates for the next however so many years with those guys. So I'm so excited.
Jack, because we've been joking about the young crew. It's like the young guys, and now all the young guys have 7-year contracts.
Yep.
It's like in such a split second, you guys went from a bunch of fun young guys. All of a sudden, it's like 7-year deals. You're going to be here. You're a part of the fabric of this organization. How do you think that changes for all of you guys, especially going into this season?
Yeah, I think last year, obviously, the young crew founders were always me, Law, and Sodi. Those are the guys that, kind of first started that saying. And last year, it started before Law actually signed. So all three of us were not signed yet. And obviously, Law went. We had, it's always kind of the group of guys that go to dinner together, or us three, and then whoever else is available that wants to come. We always go to dinner on the road or whatever it is, but it's always kind of been me, Law, and it's been they're great guys. Obviously, Law got his deal last year, and then Sodi got his deal back in December, and I was like, man, I'm the last guy. Like the other two guys are here, and then sure enough, I when I agreed, obviously Sodi reached out. They both called me, and we have our group chat, and Sodi was like, young crew's here to stay. So it was pretty cool to be able to, call those guys, my teammates for, 6 to 8 years, whatever it may be.
So when Tyler signed, we were at the stadium site and taking the pictures like you did today. And the manager, Mark Kotze, started taking pictures and started sending them out to everybody. Hey, look how cool this is. Yeah. I'm sure those got your way. What did that mean to you? And kind of, looking forward to when you start thinking of guys like Nick Kurtz and Shea Langoliers, what did it mean for you to see those pictures of Tyler Soderstrom? I'm not sure if you watched it or not. How much did that help you go, I got to get this done?
Yeah, I think once Sodi signed, I was like, man, dude, I feel like I'm missing out. Like I want to be here. I want to be a part of this group, like I said. And when you have the group that makes it as fun as it is with this group to be able to go out there and play the game you love, it's an easy decision to be able to say that I want to stay, I want to do this, I want to be a part of this group. And I'm just, like I said, I'm super excited to be able to go share the field with them and be their teammates for multiple years now, instead of just the time going forward. So now we get to be together for a while, and I'm excited to, like I said, be with them.
Have you had a chance to sit back and realize just how many life-changing moments have happened so fast? The call-up, the All-Star game, getting married, contract. This has all happened in a really small space. Have you had time to sit back and just go, wow?
Yeah, I think after this offseason, or once the season started, like after the season, I looked back, I was like, wow, everything's gone so fast. And then obviously I went to Sodi's wedding. Yeah. I went to, obviously I had my own, and then, Sodi's extended. I've been extended. It's just been a crazy offseason. I feel like we're on the same life path right now. We got engaged at the same time. We got married at the same time. Obviously we've agreed to extensions at the same time. So it's been pretty cool. They're obviously, him and his wife Bailey are obviously two of our very good friends, me and my wife Logan. So it's we're excited to be able to have a lot more years together with them than
this is how the 70s teams were built.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They all came up in Kansas City together, then they got to Oakland, and then they were getting married and having kids together. This is how you truly build a great core. For you as a professional, what does it do for you now that you don't have to worry about the business side of baseball? Now you can just concentrate on baseball.
That was also a big factor for me, being able to, when talking about, agreeing doing something like this, being able to realize that I get to go back to playing baseball, you can say, yes, stress-free, business-free. You get to go out there and just play the game you love and have fun again. And that's something that's going to be awesome for me, just being able to know all my entire job now is to go out there and win. This is something that I'm excited, like I said, to be a part of. And, I can't embrace that enough. How excited I am to be a part of this team. Everybody from the front office to every coach I've had, and teammates, everybody's been phenomenal to me. So like I said, I'm just really, really excited.
You hit 311. You had the 13 home runs. It would have been more, unfortunately, for the fracture with the wrist because you got hit. It's unfortunately part of our game. When you look at your season, and now you've had time to reflect, and you're always looking to get better. I know how you operate. You're looking to get better. You want to put up bigger numbers. What was the thing that you look back, you say, I really have to improve on, X?
Yeah, I think a lot of it, going into the offseason was defense, first step of being able to, be more reliable out there. That's something that I really wanted to work on this offseason. And, I think getting faster overall, just getting stronger, kind of growing my body a little bit more than, I was last year. And just trying to put on some more pounds of muscle. That's something that I've always been trying to do. It's always been harder for me. It's been hard for me to do. But now second full offseason in the big leagues, I've been able to understand what I got to do to, put some more, muscle mass on. So I have had a great, great instructors. I had Josh Cuffey and JD back in Fitch, back in Mesa, working with me pretty much every week, and they've been great to me. So it's been a very great offseason.
And it's also, you need to learn how to play the longest season, which is the big league season, 162 games. That's a big adjustment. Is that something in your off season you're training for? Because it's the longest season you've ever played.
Yeah. I think last year I did a lot of work in the off season to get my body ready to out there and play the 162. Obviously, I got hit in the hand and missed some time, but I think that body wise I was feeling good. And same thing with this offseason, going into it, really working on the body. Like I said, I think the stronger you get, the better your body will be throughout the 162. And you kind of got to change everything, about your lifestyle, from like diets to getting ready for games and sleep schedule and that stuff. So I think it all plays a factor, in your health and the way you go about things, and wanting to play all 162.
Going through the contract process with your father, the relationship, hopefully we're going to talk to your dad here in just a bit, day after day, the conversations, what he's meant to you in your career, through the draft, through everything. But now, signing that contract, which was something he strove for in his time with the Pittsburgh Pirates as an all-star. Take us through that process with your father going, you know what? This is the years, this is the number, this is right for me, let's do it.
Yeah, I a big thing, being able to talk to my agents, when they're communicating with the A's and being able to get that information. And it was big for me to be able to all right, I want to call my dad. Like, this is something that is going to mean a lot to me because he's been there every step of the way throughout my entire, baseball lifetime. And, he was always, super, happy that this time was coming so early in the career rather than later. And, he's a great guy to have in your corner. He gives you, every possible, scenario you can think, positive and negative. Like, this is why you should do this. This is why you should not do it. But overall, he's just the most supporting, dad you can have, on anything that I want to do. He's like, I'll support you in anything you want to do. If you want to do this, if you don't want to do this, like, I'll be in your corner no matter what. And that's huge to have. I have that in my entire family, from my mom and dad and my sisters to my wife and her parents, and just all my family is always very supportive on whatever you and Logan want to do. Like, we're going to support you guys. So that was kind of the main thing for me going throughout the process, is that I didn't have someone telling me what I should do. I had someone telling me that they'll back me in whatever I want to do. And that was huge for me.
All right. For the fans, we did this with Tyler. I want you now to tell them you've stepped out. You've seen the stadium is growing. It is. What was it like being there at the site and seeing the ballpark? It's coming up from the ground.
Yeah, it's super cool. I think that, I was walking around. I was like, man, in 2 years, being able to look back on what it was today versus what it's going to be in 2 years, being able to look back and be like, just to see how far the stadium's come. I think that, like I said, a year ago, it was just, breaking ground, stuff was just getting put up. And today you could see, multiple levels of foul poles were starting to get built. And it was just awesome to be able to, see what it is now and then be able to compare it back in 2 years when it's all said and done and be able to like, yeah, I think this is going to be really cool.
Well, we've been following your journey since day one, since the draft, all the different levels through the minor leagues. Then you come up and then where we are today. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you, your wife, your family. It's really special. And it's great to know you're going to be here for at least another 7 years.
Thank you. I'm
Congratulations,
excited.
my
Thank you
friend.
so much. I appreciate it.
Go enjoy it with your family.
Thank you.